Guys, it's Kevintendo, and today I'm gonna do a little mini tutorial for you guys. For those of you who loved and maybe even were Patreons of Fusspot just like I was, to go ahead and make the transition over to Streamlabs Chatbot, which is undoubtedly the undefeated #1 YouTube gaming, Twitch, and Mixer chatbot there is. Today I'm going to show you guys how to set up a shop similar to the one that Fussbot had. We're also going to go through some of the games that Streamlabs Chatbot has, as well as some of the basic commands that you can use in Chatbot. So for those of you who have used Fussbot for a long time, I'm going to try and bridge the gap between the two bots so that you can understand things that I wish I understood when I started using Streamlabs Chatbot. So hopefully by the end of this video you guys will have a basic understanding of the similarities between the bots, and it'll help you get started in creating and fixing up your own Streamlabs Chatbot. So here we go. So as you may or may not know, Fussbot actually ended up giving an announcement a couple months back that people were abusing the shop, abusing the store, and doing like illegal things with them. Honestly, I don't know what quite could have been done, but
for 10,000 coins, I'll send you a naughty photo.
Something like that. I have no idea. The way I've always used the currency is like, hey, for 10,000 coins, you can tell me to do something within reason, or I'll sing you a song, or for this many amount of coins, you get to pick the game that I'm going to play next week. Stuff like that, right? But I can't imagine what some stupid, dumb people would have done to abuse the shop and abuse the system and cause Fussbot to go on the downswing. Whenever Fussbot announced that the shop was going to close and that there would be a replacement sometime in the near future, I took that as the opportunity to get out, but I know a lot of people ended up saying, you know what, I think I'm going to hold out, wait for that new shop. But fortunately, I spent the past 3 or so months with Streamlabs Chatbot, so that for the inevitable day that has arrived, Fussbot reached its end of its life, and now unfortunately it's a little bit too late for a lot of us, and there's no other option, right? We can no longer go to Fussbot. It is now time, now or never, to go over to Streamlabs Chatbot. I know there's some other options out there, but Chatbot's the best one. You just gotta do it. So I know some of the things that I loved about Fussbot were the fact that he was working on dual streaming development. I actually didn't end up sticking around with Fussbot long enough to see it work on Twitch and YouTube, but that's something that Streamlabs Chatbot does very easily. I'll show you how I do that. I actually stream to YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer every single day. Obviously the in-stream currency is like the hugest and probably biggest thing that drew people to Fussbot in the first place, especially if you're on YouTube gaming. Streamlabs Chatbot has a very, very similar program, and I'll show you how to then program it so that you can redeem items with the shop. Of course there's games, pretty much every bot has games, but I just want to show you the differences and similarities again. And then variable commands, this is probably one of the biggest areas in which they're similar but they're also different. This is going to be something that I bring up a lot today, right? Is like, okay, I love all of these things. Streamlabs Chatbot has all of these things. It's a little bit hard to get to some of them, but you know, don't be stressed out. I know I was thumbing through documentation forever and asking questions in the Discord that people were like really? How do you not know this answer? But it's just because, you know, whenever you're using one bot, you learn a different language, and so this is kind of like learning to love again. I know it's kind of cheesy, but yeah, that's how I kind of think of it, is that you loved Fussbot, you're gonna learn to love Streamlabs Chatbot too. So let's go straight into the dual streaming aspect of both bots. So before me you see the latest release of Fussbot. You see that YouTube account is authenticated, Twitch account is authenticated. All I have to do is hit connect, and now it is connected to YouTube gaming and I believe Twitch as well. So this is how you did it on Fussbot. I'm going to show you how to do it on Streamlabs Chatbot. When you launch Streamlabs Chatbot, I'm pretty sure it defaults to Twitch at first because it was made for Twitch. It used to be known as Onkbot, and actually Streamlabs, the people who own Chatbot, they actually went to Fussbot developer and asked him, hey, do you think we can use your bot as the basis for Streamlabs Chatbot? We want to use a bot. But the plans went through, and Fussbot developer actually said that They just went in a different direction, and the direction they went was Onkbot. So if you ever look up on YouTube how to do X, Y, or Z with Streamlabs Chatbot, there might not be that many videos because it used to be called Ankbot, A-N-K-H-B-O-T. But right here you see the basic setting for Streamlabs Chatbot. Now, unfortunately, there isn't a section in your settings like Fusspot has, where there's Twitch and YouTube in the exact same space. When you first start up Streamlabs Chatbot, you're going to want to look for this little icon over here. It's a connections, and you can connect Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer. But you say, well, Kevin, I thought you said that you could dual stream, and how do you dual stream with the same bot? Well, the way it works is that once you connect one of them, and you sign in with Twitch bot, you sign in with the streamer account as well. After you log in with Twitch or YouTube or Mixer, whichever one you want to start on, you go all the way down here to streaming service, and this is where the magic happens. Each one of these buttons creates a new shortcut to Streamlabs Chatbot, and when you open those shortcuts, you get a separate little program for each one. So create your Twitch shortcut, create YouTube shortcut, create Mixer shortcut. This is a very important step. So then what you're going to want to do is drag each of the 3 shortcuts into your taskbar. What the heck is this even called? Freaking whatever this bar is even called. Drag it into here, because then watch. Then I know that the middle one is Twitch. This one over here is Streamlabs, so yeah, you know, you got to figure out what works for you. I kind of have an organized chaos, but that launches Streamlabs for me. This left one is YouTube Gaming, and then I will go ahead and launch that one just so you can see. And the right one is Mixer, and I'll launch that one as well so you guys can see. But look, so the orange one I have as YouTube, the light green one I have as Mixer, and then the purple one I have as Twitch. Now, what you want to do is once you have each of the 3 separate shortcuts, make sure you do the same thing that you did already and log in as YouTube now, your YouTube streamer and your YouTube bot. If you're going to go ahead and do Mixer as well, then do the same thing. Log in with your Mixer streamer account and your Mixer bot account, right? After you do that, on each one, they're going to look very similar until you customize the appearance, and this is really the only way that you're going to be able to stay organized. So to change the color, it's very simple. Go into the settings and go to style, and then right here you say, okay, I want Twitch dark, I want legacy dark, and I just want dark. Now there's also a way to change the colors down here, and so just go ahead and customize each one. Each of the 3 shortcuts will keep all of your separate commands and all of your separate coins and all of your separate games. And yes, I kind of wish that there was a way that it was more like Fusspot, where you just had one thing open and it controlled all 3. But if you think about it, YouTube is very different than Mixer. Mixer is pretty different than Twitch, and Twitch is super different than YouTube. Alright, once you have all of these figured out, you're ready to move on to the next section of our presentation, so yeah. Now that you have Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube, or whatever combination of those 3 that you're going to be using, you might want to import your settings from Fusspot. So, click the question mark up here, and then go ahead and do Open External Bot Importer. I'm pretty sure it identifies whatever bots you may have installed, so maybe there's something other different type of bot that'll show up. But since I have Fussbot installed, it automatically finds Fusspot. You're going to go ahead and import points or commands or timers or whatever the combination of those 3 you're going to want to do. Maybe you just want to import all the points that your people have had. Now, whenever I got around to Streamlabs Chatbot, there wasn't this importer for Fusspot, so I'm really jealous because I had to like manually add a lot of people because they're like, where'd my points go, Kevin? And I was like, oh yeah, let me just go ahead and import those for you. So that took a while, but if you want to find this little file, database file, go back to Fusspot very quickly, and it's over here in settings and miscellaneous, I think. Let me see. Backup, yeah, pretty sure that's where it is with the zip file. If it's not, then I don't know. Ask me, leave me a comment or something. But I'm pretty sure that's where it is. I don't know. I didn't do this, so I don't know. Once you import, you should have a good amount of viewers that you have, and the amount of points that they've earned over time, as well as the amount of hours that they've been watching you for. And honestly, like, just take a second, because however many hours and points people have been watching and earning, you're doing something right if you got people staying and watching you. So give yourself a nice pat on the back for the work you've done so far, especially because this next part gets pretty hard. All these tabs on the left are the different little widgets and sections of Streamlabs Chatbot, and for each one of them, Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube, you will actually have to go and set each one how you want. So what I do is, if I'm gonna make a change to one, like on YouTube, I want a timer to say, hey, don't forget to like the stream. Well, that timer wouldn't make sense to go off on Mixer or Twitch because you can't like the stream, right? But what it would be appropriate to say is, hey, please share the video. I hope you're enjoying it, right? And so that for example is why Streamlabs Chatbot, unlike Fusspot, makes you do things separately. I'm not going to go into how to set timers, how to set quotes, how to set extra quotes, song requests, and all of those things, but let's keep going on the currency. Now that we're looking at the currency, at the very top right of pretty much any widget, you'll see a little settings thingy, right? So song request, you see that settings? Yeah, like queue, song request, giveaway, whatever it is. Going back to currency, all the way up here. So click it right here. Now that you're in the settings, you're gonna type exclamation mark, whatever the shortcut is. Maybe you want them to type exclamation mark coins, and the name of the thing is coins, right? Well, I'm Kevintendo with a K, so I like to make it simple, and if they type exclamation mark K, they will figure out how many coins they have with a K. The response is pretty much default. Honestly, for a lot of the responses for games and whatnot, don't even mess with them unless you just want to be super unique or something cool like that. You're gonna see immediately like $rank, $username, $hours. This looks a little bit familiar to some of the Fusspot variables and whatnot for commands, but at the same time, some of them are very different, and so just keep that to the default. And once you go down here, this is the important part. So this section right here is the intervals, and you say for every 60 minutes people will earn 100 points, but the rate that I like to go is every 10 minutes they earn 100 points. Now you can do an offline payout, and if people are watching while the stream's offline, but I don't like to do that. I like people earning points while I'm streaming and only while I'm streaming. Regular sponsor and moderator bonus means if someone's a sponsor, they will earn X amount of coins faster than a regular person, and if someone's a moderator, maybe they earn 2 coins faster, or I don't know, whatever example you want to do. I like to just set it at 0 so everyone's even. But when someone subscribes, I like to give them 500. When someone sponsors, I like to give them 10,000, and for every super chat, I like to give them 3,000. Now right down here, you'll actually see a similar thing to what Fussbot had, in that every $1 or euro or Great Britain pound, you get 10 points. So I think that's a really nice thing to do for people who donate. And people say, well, Kevin, doesn't that mean if you want to just get a lot of coins, you can just buy your way into the coin system? And like, yeah, but at the same time, I like to look at it the other way. For people who want to support my stream in a really awesome way, I want to reward them with little fake coins. Why not? You know, what's the harm in that? So I say go for it. Alright, so that's actually the basic of coins. There's not really much else other than spending the coins in a shop. So what I have behind me is actually the very last stream of me using Fussbot for the way for people to buy things from the shop. Now the cool thing about Fussbot was whenever someone wanted to go to the shop, it was a physical location and people would click things. They would have to also sign in to their account to spend their coins. One of the items that I had in my shop was makeup Kev, so I would actually put makeup on and do my stream. It costed a lot of coins because, oh my gosh, is beauty pain. Now the cool thing about it, check that out. Okay, there we go. There's a, uh-oh. Okay, item choice. Okay, item choice. So you see the little bar would come across there. It would show exactly what they bought. It would show who bought it, and there would play a sound. And there's another one. So as far as I know, there isn't a way to get Streamlabs Chatbot to show something on the screen, at least not without some fancy work. But you can still program the sounds very easily, and you can see all of your purchases in a very easy way. So since Streamlabs Chatbot doesn't come with something like a shop, what I did was kind of create a visual representation and a recreation of Fussbot's shop. Now, since Nacho is my bot and my cat, I named it Nacho's shop, and I did a 3-step program. Find the item you'd like to purchase. 2, find the command to buy your item. Step 3, return to chat and type the command with your message. So you might notice, well, Kevin, this isn't quite as simple as clicking the thing I want to buy, because these are just pictures and texts. However, when someone actually goes into here, I linked it to my YouTube channel, gaming.youtube.com/Kevintendo/live. So technically, when they click any of these Poke cards, or however you want to do it, even if you just want to put a meme for every single one of these kind of things, you link the photo by doing right-clicking it and then linking it to your page, whatever your page is, to take them right back to the stream. Now, the important thing is this right here: buy shoutout, buy QOTD to ask a question of the day, buy tell if they want to tell you something. The important part is that everyone has a way to see what they need to type to be able to spend their coins. So we're kind of working in reverse here, but I want you to think of that. If you want someone to pay coins to be able to earn your follow on Twitter, then what you would do is make a new thingy and you would say buy follow. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Buy a follow, right? Exclamation mark buy follow, and you understand how commands work, right? The next step is actually creating the command. So once you create a command, you can do very easy things like Patreon, and then you can say, oh yes, Kevin's Patreon is https://patreon.com/Kevintendo, something like that, right? Or Kevin's Twitter is https://twitter.com/KevintendoYT, right? Stuff like that, exclamation mark Twitter. But right here is the important thing: it costs, right? And so for something like Twitter, we don't want people to pay money to find out what your Twitter is, right? But something like this, to buy a follow, they're gonna want you to follow them on Twitter or something. Then yeah, you know what, this is where the important part is. So I'm gonna say that costs 30,000 coins. They gotta save up 30,000 coins if they want me to buy the follow. And then once they do that, the response would be something like, yay, Kevintendo is now following you, right? And at the very basic level, if that's all you care about, that's all you need. So go over and test out that command, right? Go very, very easily test out that command and say buy a follow, exclamation mark buy follow, and the response should be, yay, Kevintendo is now following you. So now at its most basic level, the user who types exclamation mark buy follow now will have spent 3,000 coins, and your bot will acknowledge it with a message, right? Most people aren't going to be fancy enough to be able to sync Streamlabs Chatbot with, alright, when someone does this, we're going to automatically send it to Twitter and it's automatically going to happen, right? And so you actually have to be the one to keep track of who buys what. And a really easy way to do that is with this command that I'm going to show you. So go back to your command, click it, right click it, and click edit. Now go back and let's make it a little fancier, right? And so you're probably going to want it to be specific, and let's say Kevintendo will now follow you on Twitter, right? Because that's what we want this to be, a follow on Twitter command. But hey, let's make it a little more personal, right? And so if you do $username, that will actually be similar to the $author. Whenever you did $author on YouTube Gaming Fusspot, it's a similar thing to $username. Buy follow. Yay, Kevintendo will now follow you on Twitter. Kevintendo. But yeah, see, so that's my username, and whoever made the command or started the command will be right here, and it's a little more specific now. The next thing you're going to want to do is be able to have a way to keep track of who has bought what, because as soon as the message flies by, or maybe it's a slower chat like mine and it'll linger for a little bit and then you'll lose it, you still may want to find a place to keep all of those commands. So what you're going to do is create a new text document on the desktop. I'll do it right over here and make a new text document. Name that text document something like shop, right? Just shop, that's fine. This response right here tells you what the bot is going to say back into the chat, right? But if you start a new line and then paste this $save to file, then you find the file, and so if the file's on your desktop, it'll look something like this: :C users Kev Frei desktop / the other way shop.txt, because that's where this file is. Close the quotes, and then this is the part where you'll fill it in, and it'll say username has bought a Twitter follow. Okay, so let's save it one more time and see what that does to the command. Okay, so this is the last time that we've done the command. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check this text document that's a shop, and look at that. Kevintendo has bought a Twitter follow, and you got the date there. You saw that command for date, right? Where is it at? Yeah, right there. $date. Isn't that crazy? Very cool stuff. The very last thing that I want to show you, just to make it as official as possible, is adding a sound file. Because whenever you buy something, it's also helpful for you, like if you're playing the game or something, and then you hear like a cha-ching, to be able to turn your head and see what it is and see who bought something, especially if it's like spur of a moment and they're asking you a question. So you go over here and you click sound file, and you'll see all the sound files you have already programmed in. But before you get any of those, you got to go and actually program them in. It's very simple. If you've come this far and done all of this, you'll be able to figure it out. Sound files, aha, it's above commands. So you're just gonna hit a new sound file. You can name it like cha-ching or whatever you want to do. All you got to do is pick it, find it wherever it is. You're gonna hit submit, and it'll be able to be available. Now for me, I like to use the Wii Shop Bling. You used to call me on my cell phone. Anytime someone buys something, and that gives me like, it's like catchy enough so that it doesn't get annoying when it happens a lot, but it's also not like too subtle. It's also out there so I can notice it. You do you, boo. That's all I can say on this one. You got to customize it. And anyway, once you finally add this last thing, you add the sound effect, Wii Shop Bling, or whatever you're gonna end up using. You can use Wii Shop Bling. Finally, this will happen. You're going like this one. Ready for this? So, buy follow.
You used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love.
Pretty awesome, right? There are ways to mute it as well very quickly. I ended up making, if I hit Control Shift and M, it'll actually mute all purchases and mute sound effects, but you can do that in your settings. I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, that's really it. And then let me just verify one more time that it should have done it a second time. Oh yes, this is important. So if you keep your thingy open, it will still save over the new purchase, but go ahead and yeah, if you type anything on accident or whatever, don't save it, because at this point the bot has now saved the new purchase to the file, and you have your own thing. So just don't save and then reload it and check that out. Now the second one is there too. See that? So both purchases were found. Sometimes that happens to me if there's like multiple purchases and whatnot, but yeah, so you know, in some regards the Fusspot bot is like way easier to use, way more simple. You know, you don't have to jump through all of these hoops just to make a shop. But even the fact that you can make a shop with Streamlabs Chatbot means the possibilities are limitless, and freaking like you can do so many crazy things. Like this tab down here, scripts, I don't even know how to use it. Like I've tried importing things, I can't figure out how to work it, but if you can, more power to you. Alright, we got the bulk of the craziness out of the way. So going back to Fusspot, one thing that I really loved about Fusspot was its game section, right? There was bankheist, arena, gambling, I guess little mini game setups, You know, not every single one of these games is straight up designed into Streamlabs Chatbot, but very simply, if you go over to username, you see that there is a heist. The default command for that is heist, but I changed it to bankheist so my users would feel very familiar. You can set the max amount, you can set the messages that are said when people win and when people lose. Dueling each other is actually a new thing where people will tag one another, !duel, and then they @ someone else and they can fight it out. It's really fun. Free for all, join arena. This is kind of a similar thing to arena over in Fusspot, except I think at first it was !FFA, but instead I made it join arena, so it's similar as well. I actually don't know. I really don't know what that one does, but I have it enabled. I don't think anyone's ever used it. And then boss battles, the Streamlabs Chatbot thing too as well. So, you know, I'm not going to dive super into depth to these, but I just want you to know that there are games. And, you know, actually for Flipcoin, I think there's a way to do it with scripts, but it's too complicated. So basically what I did is if someone tries to flip coin, this is kind of like a cop-out, but flip coin, let's say they try to flip coin like 1,000 currency. What I have the bot say back is, whoa. Oh, okay, so this is Fussbot saying, as always, gamble safe, gamble smart, gamble small. That was too much. Oh, classic Fussbot. But Streamlabs Chatbot responds, oh my gosh, the coin landed on the side, Kevintendo. And, you know, it's just a stupid thing. Like, hey, you didn't lose, you didn't win, but yeah, that's kind of how I programmed it. So the last thing I wanted to do today was go through some of the commands that you've been using for Fussbot and show how they've changed, as well as add some other cool commands for Streamlabs Chatbot that you guys can use as well. $author has become $username, $query has become $MSG, $uptime is still uptime. So, right, some of the things are still the same, but some of the things are very different. Instead of typing !reward 4,000, you have to type !coins or whatever your coins thing is, add plus viewers 4,000. And then give, you're the one that programs give. Just make sure you program this into the chatbot response. Just put that and somehow it works, right? So you see user ID, target ID, number 2, value, currency name. So a lot of these $ things are variables that are similar to chatbot. I mean, Fussbot, chatbot. Okay, you can see how confusing this is to me, so I just hope you guys have a lot easier of a time with the transition. Hopefully this gives you guys a better idea and a better place to start off of than I had when I first started. I mean, all this is super overwhelming, guys, and the best thing to do is just mess around with it, just have it going. You know, in a perfect world, we could have prevented Fussbot from shutting down. We could have maybe gone back in time and stopped and found whoever the people were doing illegal things with their freaking shops. But, you know, this is the future, guys. There's no longer a reason to complain or to be sad about it. Just to thank our wonderful Fussbot developers for doing the hard work that they have done in the past, and for the great Streamlabs team over at Streamlabs doing all the things they do to provide us with an awesome experience. I also encourage you guys, if you've been streaming to YouTube and Twitch, because that's what Chatbot has enabled, go ahead and throw on Mixer, guys. Just do it. Freaking do it. Maybe you don't get a lot of views over there. Maybe you do. Maybe you pop on Mixer and that's your platform of choice. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the future holds for me, but what I do know is that I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on playing Nintendo and other awesome video games. And I hope you guys join me for that sometimes. If you have any other questions other than the basic fundamentals of how to get used to going from Fussbot to Streamlabs Chatbot, please feel free to join me in a stream. I'm going to be streaming a lot using Streamlabs Chatbot, so you can get a first-hand experience of what it's like. You can also look at any of my old streams as well and see people checking their coins, playing games, doing things like that. I'm sure that people are still going to be confused after... I'm sure that people are still going to be confused after this video, so please feel free to leave comments. Join the Streamlabs Chatbot Discord though. Even before you join mine, join that Discord, because that's where I saw a lot of these awesome commands. Go to the FAQs for their frequently asked questions, and other than that, guys, there is a lot of support there, which is how I learned a lot of these things as well. But again, hopefully this gives you a good idea of how to start, and I hope you guys come up with some really cool stuff. If anyone learns how to do a flip coin, please let me know. I'd love to learn flip coin instead of making it land on the side every time. Alright guys, that is gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found it helpful, please like and frickin' come to the next stream and let me know I did a good job, because it's the first time doing a big tutorial like this. So again, I apologize if it was confusing for some people, but it's just kind of the nature of the beast when you have to change from one bot to another bot. So if I made it easy for you, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Life's a Switch, so let's play.
To the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go to the Mario. Take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Just like that. Whee!
Easier of a time with the transition. Hopefully this guy's